Hello everyone, welcome back to chapter number 3 of our Google ADK series. So in the previous chapter we focused on building a strong foundation. In chapter 1 we discussed the agenda and what to expect in this series. In chapter number 2 we explored what Google ADK is and how agentic framework works layer by layer and why it matters. So now in this chapter, we are officially moving from theory to implementation part. So where in this video, we'll focus on setting up the Google ADK in our local system using Python. And then we'll see the checklist, what are the steps that we required or what are the things that we need to download in our local system, like installing the Python, installing the Google ADK in our system, verify the versions, then verify the installations and creating a default ADK project, and then we'll run that project using command as well as through localhost to see the UI. By the end of this chapter, we'll have a Google ADK fully installed and running in our system. So if you are following this series from the beginning, you already know that we are building everything from scratch. We are not just learning the concepts, we are preparing ourselves to build real AI agent using Google ADK. So this setup is the foundation for all the upcoming hands-on implementation in this series. So once this is ready in the chapter, we will start building the actual AI agents step by step. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the practical implementation. So let's install Google ADK in our local system and get everything up and running. So now this is the official documentation of Google ADK where all the installation steps are mentioned, like you can install the Google ADK using Python, TypeScript, Go or Java. But in this demo, we are using Python to install the Google ADK. But before that, we have to install Python in our local system. So if you have not downloaded Python, so this is the official documentation to download the Python. So you can simply go and download the Python and then cross-check the version that you install and then come back to this Google ADK official documentation and let's follow the steps to install Google ADK in our local system. Let's jump to the VS Code and follow the steps to install Google ADK. So here before install the Google ADK, let's try to check the Python version that installed in my local system. So for that, this is the command to check the Python version, like Python -- version, and you can see I have downloaded the Python version that is 3.13.1. But if you are not downloaded, you can simply download the Python using the official documentation and you can cross-check the version that is installed in our local system. So now let's clear the terminal, go to the official documentation, and then let's go here and let's copy command and let's simply run over here. So it is starting the installation. It will take some time to install and set up the default project for the Google ADK. So you can see it is downloading the required packages. So now we have installed the Google ADK in our system. So let me expand this a bit. Let's clear this one more time. So now we have successfully installed the Google ADK. So it's time to create the default project. So let's again scroll down in the official documentation and let's follow this create project or create an agent project commands or steps to download or set up this default project. So let's copy this command and again go back to the VS Code and let's paste over here and let's click on enter. So it will create this create my agent default project. We'll use the first one, Google AI or Vertex AI. We'll use the backend is in Google. Ask, do we have an API key? So currently we have not created any API key, so I'll use that is no. And then according to the data or the value that we entered, it created my agent project. So if you can see on here, so this is my agent project or my agent folder is getting created, and in that this init.py is file is getting created, and then agent.py, this is the default or the entry point of our ADK project is getting created. So here you can see the root agent is getting added, and the model that we choose is getting added for in this root agent object. So now again let's clear the terminal. So now again let's go back to the official documentation and see the next steps. So we have done with this command creation, and you can see the project structure is getting created like this. It is under the my agent folder. It creates agent.py, that env file, and then this one. So the API key. Currently we have not created any API keys because we have not set up the context, but yes, once we created the API key, then we'll add it in .env folder or env file, and then, or as we already seen, this agent.py file is getting created like it that we have already seen over here, and then env file. So once we set up this Gemini API key, then we have to replace that key or add that key inside this env file. So now step one, actually two steps are done. The ADK installation and the project creation is done. Now again, let's scroll down a bit, and you can see that in the official documentation, this get current time function is getting added. So it will mock the tool implementation, and using this API will fetch the current date and time. So we'll do that later, and you can see how to set up. So once we created this Google API key, then we have to just add that or update in the .env file like this. So now we have to create the API key. So for that, I have logged into this Google AI Studio account, and here is my free tier subscription. So let's create, or to get the API key, let's click on this API key option, and then here is the option to create the API key. So once we click, then it will open this pop-up, and then we have to click on this create key for the default project, and then it will automatically create the key. Then once the key is created, then we have to copy and replace that key inside env file. Click this one, then copy the key, and then go back to the env folder, and then just replace over here. Save this one, close.env file. So now we have created the API key. So what we'll do, we'll again go back to the official documentation and copy that agent.py code which is available in the official documentation. So now here we'll copy this one, then paste over here, and then let's cross check. We are using this Gemini. Root is this one, description, instruction, and tool. So we'll add this get. This tool will call this function get time, and then this agent will automatically understand the time, and it will return the current time in specified CT in this format. So it will return like this. Currently we are setting this ADK in our local system, but our main goal is to do the cross automation that will follow in the upcoming videos. So this is for just understanding to how this Google ADK setup works and how to run this Google ADK project. So let's save this one, and now let's again go back to the official documentation and let's follow the next steps. So to run the agent, we have to copy this command and hit to the terminal, and then it will ask some questions, and accordingly it will return the response. So let's go back to the terminal, and then let's run this ADK run my agent. So once we hit this ADK run my agent, then we get the experimental or the user warning. You can see that. So basically this warning is related to the Google ADK is using an experimental credentials for internal system, and this warning will be handled in the next or the upcoming versions of this ADK. So this is not an error, it's just an warning. So now let's do, or let's ask question to agent like what can what you can do for me, and you can see the root agent is responded that I can tell you the current time in a city of your choice. Then let's ask question what time it is in Pune. And now you can see that the root agent returns that the current time in the Pune is 10:30 a.m. So in this way we can communicate with our agents. So let's again exit this conversation, and then as I mentioned, you can see that once we hit the exit, then it returns like the goodbye. You if you need anything else, then feel free to ask. Now let's clear the terminal, and as I mentioned earlier that we have done, or we have run the code, or we have run this agent through command prompt, but now it's time to run this command or run this agent through the localhost to see the UI. So like again, let's go back to the official documentation and let's follow the next steps. To here you can see run with the web interface. For that, the ADK framework provides an web interface, and you can simply follow the instructions that is mentioned over here. So you can start the web interface using the following command. So let's copy this ADK web port command and again go to the VS Code, and let's simply hit like this. And now we can see that the localhost is running with this 8000 port. So let's copy this one and again run this, and you can see this Google Agent Development Kit or UI or the localhost is running, or the user interface is running like this. So this is the my agent, and we can search the agent. If we created multiple agents, then we can simply search over here. We can, or if you want to edit, we can edit that, and then we can here again we'll do the same thing. Do for me, and you can see that it returns. I can tell you the current time in a city of your choice. And now here what we'll ask, what time it is in London. And now you can see that it is making the calling this functions, and here and getting the response like the current time in London is 10:30 a.m. Why this 10:30 a.m. is returning always? So again, let's go to the VS Code and see here what we have done. So the city that we entered, whatever be the city that we are passing, we are getting this city as string, and we'll just return the city name. The time that we have added over here is the hard-coded, that is 10:30 a.m. So in this way, this user interface is work for the agent that we created, and it communicate with that. So you can see that the session ID is getting generated once we open this, and whatever be the things that we are doing, so it will, you can see that it is written like this. Clear this one. So in this way, we can install Google ADK, set up your default project, and even create the API key. So in this chapter, we use the getCurrentTime functions as a simple example which returns the hard-coded time. We followed the official documentation closely, and this gives us a clear understanding. And then we understand the required checklist that need to be followed to download or to setting up the Google ADK. And then while installing this Google ADK, sometimes after downloading the Google ADK, we encounter some errors related to the Python path or ADK path in environment variable. So don't worry, you just simply copy the ADK exe path, paste it in your environment variable, and then the error should disappear. So in the next chapter, we'll cover the Google ADK installation using TypeScript. Why? Because some developers prefer TypeScript, JavaScript over Python. By seeing both setups, you will have a flexibility to choose the language that best suits to your workflow. Once we complete the TypeScript setup, we'll move step by step towards achieving our actual project goal. So if you found this video very helpful, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you. And as I always say, keep learning, happy coding, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a great day.